Good morning. Happy Women's History Month to all of you. Thanks for joining. Thank you, ladies, that are joining me for another session. I've seen some of your names and faces. Happy to have you back in the virtual room. This session, we are going to be chatting about how to build that savvy network. We can build any type of network, but we're going to be talking about how to build a savvy one. A little bit about me. My name is Myra Shaw, also known as Maven Myra. And a Maven is simply someone that shares their knowledge with others. And that's what I get to do with you today. And that's what I get to do in my business as a strategist, facilitator, public speaker, podcaster. But the title that I enjoy the most is that I'm a savvy hope cultivator. I get to help inspire, encourage, gently push along folks that need to deliver their unique thing into the world. I say that everyone is not waiting for Maven Myra. Someone's waiting for you. And I want you to be able to deliver that into the world. I also want to share that the session is being recorded. If you would like a copy of this session, or I'm going to be sending all 5 of my sessions out, put your email in the chat. If you've already put your email in there, you're good. I have it for that one time. But if you would like a recording, a replay, put your email in the chat and we will make sure to get those sent out. Luminary is not recording all of the sessions, so they have put that on us, the speakers, to do that. And I am delighted to be able to do that with you. Here's my next ask. You can scan this QR code. It will get you connected to me. Whether you want to request me to be a speaker for your organizations, you can schedule a free chat with me, subscribe to my podcast, or simply enjoy some of the content that I produce. I'm also going to show this QR code again at the end of the session, but if you would like to get connected with me, you can do that here. You can also, in addition to, connect with me on LinkedIn. I love making new connections over there as well. So our final item before we jump into our content, I'd love for us to do quick breathing exercise. Again, I know you are moving around from room to room and probably doing some other screens and things on the side and thinking about, what you're going to have for dinner and, all of the things that we do. So when I ask you to take a deep breath, that should feel like you're blowing up a balloon. Your belly's blowing up like a balloon. When I ask you to exhale or release, you're letting the air out of that balloon. So we're going to do 3 deep breaths. The goal is to help you mentally also come into this space. All right. So take a deep breath. If you'd like to close your eyes, feel free. Take a deep breath in. And release. This next breath, we're going to go a little bit deeper. So take a little bit deeper breath, deep breath in and out. All right, for our final breath, I'm going to have you hold it a little bit longer. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and release. All right, you can slowly open your eyes if you decided to close your eyes. That is a quick breathing exercise that you can do anywhere to kind of recenter yourself, calm yourself, slow your brain down from bouncing around, thinking about so many things. My only tip, if you are driving, leave your eyes open. All right, let's jump into how do we build a savvy network and why do we need it? This session will provide actionable steps to build a savvy professional network and foster those connections for accelerated growth. All right, so let's jump into this. Number 1, know your personal introduction. I call it stick your landing. What does that look like? You're at an event, you walk into a meeting with colleagues and someone, oh, hi, what do you do? And you start fumbling. No, know your personal introduction. This does not need to start with, well, when I was 3, no, quick, short, to the point. Know your personal introduction. I call that stick your landing, right? Stick your landing. Now, you might say in this moment, Maven Myra, I don't have my personal introduction. My homework to you is to practice. Write it down, sketch it out, practice in a mirror, get comfortable saying it, and then practice it in front of a few people that you're comfortable with, so that the next time you're in a meeting, a new setting, you feel very comfortable introducing yourself. Okay. Stick your landing, practice that personal introduction. Drop yes in the chat for me if you already have a good personal introduction and you're comfortable stating it. Drop yes in the chat if you already have that. Excellent. Thank you, Gina. I love it. I love it. I love it. If we have a little bit of time at the very end, maybe we'll have some of you share your personal introduction if you have one. All right. Let's jump to number 2. Allow for evolution. As you evolve, so should your connections and your goals. Allow grace and space. So, I think oftentimes, especially if you are a business owner, a founder, the people that start out with us at the beginning of building our babies, building our business, we desire, because there's comfort there, right? To have those people be with us the whole time, be with us the whole time. And that just might not be the case. Okay. So as you grow, as you evolve, as you expand your knowledge, your connections should also be expanding and growing with you. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that you have no desire to stay connected to the people that you are with today. But that means that everyone's not going to grow at your same pace. They're not going to grow how you grow. And that's okay. Build your connections in the new space that you're in. Okay. Build connections with new people. I challenged one of my previous sessions to build their network uncomfortably. What does that look like? We oftentimes feel very comfortable making connections with people that look like us, sound like us, that are in our same industry, have our same educational backgrounds, all of those things. Nothing wrong with that. But I want to encourage you to push into the uncomfortable zone and network, connect with people that maybe don't look like you, don't have the same background, same educational background. Connect with new people, new faces, right? And when you build that connection, again, especially on LinkedIn, that's a great place to get started. Don't connect with someone, immediately start with the ask. Can you connect me to this other person? Can you write me a this? How do they know you, right? I gave the example, if someone has written a book, buy their book, write them a review, positive review. If they offer free virtual sessions, or if they have a free class on Teachable or something, take that information and then let them know, oh, I bought your book and your chapter 3 really spoke to me about XYZ, or I attended your virtual session on X, and I really took these 2 powerful points away from that. When you connect with them on LinkedIn, for example, and you share that information, now that person knows, oh, this person's made some type of investment in me. They've, even if it's not financially, you didn't buy something, but you've taken time to listen to their podcast or read their blog or whatever it looks like. So their reciprocity goes up a little bit. They're like, oh, okay, this person's made some level of investment in me. Yeah, here's a link to schedule a free chat with me, right? As leaders, I feel that is part of my responsibility as a leader, is to help someone behind me come forward, to leave a door open for someone, to not only leave the door open, take them by the hand and sometimes walk them through the door, walk them into the connection that they see that I have, that they need. I feel like that's part of what I'm supposed to do as a leader. So as you evolve and grow, don't be afraid to make those new connections at the new level that you're at, right? Keep making those connections, keep building that savvy network, because again, if you've, we're going to use numbers as a visual. If you've grown to level 10, but all your connections are still at level 3, are they really able to help you, right? So as you've grown to level 10, who's at level 11, 15, 20 that you can start to build those connections with, so that you can continue to elevate your growth, your personal evolution. All right. Any questions about that? Any thoughts? Anything you want to share in the comment, any comments or questions around this particular tab? Number 2, evolve, and so should your connections, so should your goals. Any thoughts, questions, or comments around that? No? All right, we're going to swing over to our last point, network. So if this is about building our savvy network, no excuses and no hiding. Get out amongst the people, ladies. Get out among the people. I mean, it's cool, it's acceptable, it's a thing to network virtually. It is, but push yourself. I hear all the introverts screaming at me, but Myra, I'm an introvert. I'm quiet. I don't, no excuses, no hiding. Pick some key opportunities. You don't have to be at everything. Some key opportunities to network in person among human beings, your fellow humans, right? Yes, it could be a little uncomfortable. Find the person in the room that has a beautiful smile on their face. Find the person in the room that's moving throughout the room and they're introducing themselves to other people. That's a friendly person. That's a great person to connect with. So let that be your first person, the person that's smiling or the person that seems to be navigating throughout the room. Okay. So no excuses, no hiding, get out among the people so that you can truly build those connections. Again, there's nothing wrong with creating virtual connections, but there is something powerful about connecting face to face with another human being, right? Those are connections that you cannot build on Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok. Connecting with someone, again, human to human, there's something to be said for that. And there is not a AI tool, social tool that is going to take the place of that. And you know what? The most important thing is we need that. We need human connections because we are human. That is something so powerful. And maybe you're a person that human connections, so much of that runs your battery down. That's fine. We just talked about in my previous session, maybe you need to be sure that you rest and restore after you've had a lot of human connection as far as networking. It does take a lot of energy, but I want you to know that's important. It's critical and it's worth it. It's absolutely worth building those human connections so that you don't feel isolated alone. That's one of the things entrepreneurs complain about or have a greatest complaint about is the feeling of isolation, especially if you're a person that is working from home, like your workplace is in your home and you start to feel that isolation. My office is at home. I'm okay with it. I don't really have any isolation issues around that. That's because I'm out frequently. I go to a co-working space once a week at a minimum. Every Wednesday, I go to a co-working space so that I can be with other female entrepreneurs feel that energy. We do ideation sessions where we're talking about maybe barriers I or other people are experiencing in their businesses and just getting feedback and input from other people. So if that's you, and maybe you're a founder and you work in isolation, or maybe you're a corporate professional and you work in isolation, be intentional to get out, be among other human beings so that you're building those human connections and you're building that network. The fact is, corporations do layoffs. Sometimes they are not anticipated. I did not anticipate my layoff, but because I had built such a savvy network, I was able to really kind of hit the ground and keep going because I had already put in that work. I use the example of make deposits into your network so that when it's time for you to make a withdrawal, there's something for you to withdraw from, right? Same concept with the bank. The bank's not going to let you make a withdrawal if you don't have any deposits in your account. So look at networking in that same vein. I'm going to make some deposits into key people, key relationships. You don't have to exhaust yourself and try to build connections with everyone, but you know there's some key people you can identify. I want to connect with this person and build relationship with them. Be intentional to do that. And I use a system, I call it a drip system. Maybe I make a connection with someone, maybe on email, right? Maybe once every 30 days or every month and a half, if we haven't had a reason to connect again, I just drop them a quick hello. If I have their text, if I have their personal number, I'll drop them a quick text message. I hope you're having a great day. That's it. You don't have to, how's your day? It require whole engagement back and forth because maybe they don't have time for that. But just a quick hello, I'm thinking of you, sending you love and light today. Why would that not give someone like, oh, wow, that person thought of me. Thank you for reaching out today. Done. You've done a little drip into that relationship. That drip is a deposit into that relationship so that when you need to make a withdrawal, you're not trying to draw from something that's empty. So those are my 3 strategies for you to build your savvy network. Number 1, stick your landing. Have that personal introduction down. Say it with a smile. Be comfortable and confident when you're doing it. Number 2, allow for evolution. Build that network with people that are at or above the level where you are. Don't just stay connected to the past, right? Move yourself forward. And you've got to make physical connections. You've got to network. Digital is great, but I encourage you to get some of those in-person connections done as well. Now, that leaves time for us to do a little bit of Q&A. On point 2, I would add, allow yourself to evolve without guilt. Absolutely. Listen, one of my favorite phrases for everything is do it guilt-free. Do it guilt-free, right? You're not leaving anyone behind. Again, sometimes a person, I call it, is just a coffee friend, right? That doesn't mean they're going to help you or you can help them evolve, grow, but it's a person you still want to be connected to. Have coffee with them, have tea with them, meet them for lunch. The end. Nothing wrong with that. Every connection we have does not have to be giving us something that moves us forward, right? It could simply be a connection, and we need those. I call them the girlfriend connections. Excuse me. We absolutely need those in our lives as well. Again, I put back on the screen the QR code that you can scan to stay connected with me for however you need to do that. Any thoughts, questions, comments that you would like to share on this particular topic or any other topic that you want to share? I'm going to also drop my LinkedIn in the chat, and you can click on that to make it easier for you if you want to connect with me over there as well. Any thoughts, questions about this topic or anything else that you would like to ask? No? All right. I am going,
Hi,
yes.
this is Marika. I don't have a question, but this is really insightful. Thank you so much. I
My
I
goodness.
will classify myself as an introvert, and it is, at times difficult to push
Mhm.
myself to go into a public space and meet with people, especially as an entrepreneur and founder working just by myself in my home office. It is difficult. I will acknowledge that, and it takes great strength at times, and not just to clear your schedule, but also be in front of people who you don't know and network. So I really, really appreciate your advice, and I will make an extra unconscious effort to speak up and be known. And by speaking up today, I'm doing that. So thank you so much, Myra. Appreciate
I listen, I love it. You've taken step one. You spoke up today
it.
in a virtual session. I love it. And that's the power of practicing that personal introduction. So when you build up that courage to go to that networking in-person event, that you're not having to think like what am I going to say? You already know what
Right.
you're going to say to introduce yourself. Practice, 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 practice it in the mirror, practice it in front of other people. Yes, you have a question. Is it Gertie?
Hi, yes, it is. Thank you so much. This is really, really helpful. I
Excellent.
wanted to, I do have the stick my landing, and I
Yes.
wanted to get a critique or any input on, how it is.
Excellent.
Um, Hi, my name is Gigi, and I'm a transformational coach that walks alongside beauty entrepreneurs to help them bridge the gap between their artistry and their business.
I love it. And here's the key thing you added that most people leave out. They don't say who they specifically help. You said beauty industry professionals, right?
Right,
Listen,
entrepreneur.
that is key because I might not be a beauty professional, but
Right,
I definitely know some beauty professionals,
right,
right? That
right.
might need your help. So listen, ladies, when you're practicing that introduction, make
Okay,
sure, of course, you say who you are. And I often start with what I do and say my name at the end.
okay,
I help women move from stuck to execution and creating not just a business, but doing it with more harmony in their lives. My name is
okay,
Maven Myra, right? Interchangeably.
okay, okay.
Again, once you have a couple, like two introductions, then reading your audience, knowing the room you're in as to what you need to say and how you need to say it. But that was excellent, Gigi. Gina, you have a question?
Yeah, thank you so much for this. This was a lot of really, valuable information. I'm glad I signed up for this breakout. Just like Gertie did, I would like to just have you critique my
Yeah.
yeah. So hi, my name is Gina Fico. The owner of Bay Rock Digital Marketing, and we work with community-focused small businesses to enhance your digital marketing presence in various platforms.
So Gina, I would make it shorter,
Okay.
right? And I wouldn't necessarily say the digital on various platforms because you're not saying which specific
Oh,
platforms. So I would just leave it out.
okay.
People are going to assume that if you're digital marketing, it's going to be on various platforms,
Yep.
right? So I would just leave that part out. And I would that little piece off is also going to shorten it just a bit.
Uh-huh.
And I would get so who was your audience that you work with again?
Community focused small businesses.
Community focused small businesses.
Yeah.
Write that down, community focused small businesses, and see if there is some other term you can use. Because when you said community focused small businesses, my brain stopped right there because I'm trying to figure out really what does that mean.
Okay.
So then I don't hear the rest of what you said
Okay.
because I'm like community smoke focus small what like wait what right make it as like hit the nail on the head,
Uh-huh.
say exactly who it is, right?
Okay.
So focus on that phrase. If you can come up with another word, and feel free if you scan the QR code connected with me,
Yep.
email me, or if you connect on LinkedIn, record it. You can drop it in my DM on LinkedIn or email it to me so that I can hear it and I'll critique it again for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right, ladies, that's our time. We have one more, at least I have one more session to go. Hopefully I'll see some of your faces in that one. Enjoy the rest of your evening for you. It's still morning for me, and have a great Women's History Month. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.